Hello and welcome to another update video about XRP. Certainly one of the more interesting charts that we have to deal with at the moment, and for some of these charts it is now also really fun to go with it. We've got examples like Aave, we've got Cosmos, we've got Matic, here we've got XRP, even though I predominantly still look at this in terms of a, let's say rather bearish chart where I don't personally think yet that this is a sustainable breakout. That is just due to the, let's say, the higher level wave pattern. But I'm open to the idea that it could be the breakout. But to do that, for me, to convince me, XRP would need to do much more really to change my view here. At the moment, we are still quite far away from that, but it's certainly delivering at least something. We see a little bit of movement. We see a little bit of volatility here, so that is, at least a good thing. Overall, it remains a bit vague if this is a breakout until we break above that level at 56 cents. But even if we break above that level, this could still just be a corrective wave pattern, as we can see it here on the chart. So I try not to confuse you, so let's just take a look at the generally imminent wave count and the possibilities here. So as I said, for me this is just at the moment a corrective wave pattern. That is just basically due to, as I said, the high level pattern, and I cannot ignore what happened here before. This is just extremely difficult to count this as a bullish wave pattern. Well, it works, and we're going to take a look at that, and I tell you what would need to happen to convince me that this is something more bullish, but at the moment it just isn't. I'm happy to be convinced by the price pushing much higher and maybe breaking above the 92-cent level. And I own XRP, don't get me wrong, I do own XRP. I don't intentionally want to talk it down, but I also cannot, and I hope you appreciate that with this channel, just if there are a few green candles, just suddenly to hype and say the trend has changed. There is currently no evidence the trend has changed. Yes, in the short term, yes, but not this overall trend here. So let's just look at this entire chart here. We can, from the high, which was made on the 10th of April. By the way, that high was not as high as the previous bull run, which is always a bad sign. But from that high, we have come down in a WXY pattern. I think the Y wave is not complete yet. A WXY pattern is a more complex corrective pattern, which consists of ABC, basically a double zigzag. ABC is a zigzag pattern, and this is a so-called double zigzag with wave X, which is a connector. So we've got 3 waves in wave W, 3 waves in wave X, and 3 waves in wave W. And here in wave W, we so far only have a wave A and a wave B. The wave C is still missing and would take us probably below 30 cents. Now, that is one thing. The other thing is that we have not yet really, let me just do that. There's a few things to mention here. So depends on how you draw this trend line. You can draw the trend line in various ways. If you draw a trend line like this, we haven't broken it. If you draw a trend line like this, then we have broken it, but we already broke it down here on the, when was that? 20th of September. That's the problem with trend lines. They are a bit subjective, but if we draw it like that, well, we at least have broken a trend line. So short term, the trend is up. I mean, we can clearly see that, but integrating it into this higher level pattern, there is currently no evidence yet that this is bullish. What you need to see here on the daily chart is look at the clear highs that are sticking out here. And really, if we go to the daily chart, a trend is really only broken when you make higher highs and higher lows. And for me, looking at this chart, you could even put it on the weekly, the chart trend is still down until we break above the wave X high, which is at 92 cents. So this is, I think, hopefully a very clear level that you can look at. And if we look at this entire movement from the low in June, this is also a lower level WXY pattern. So again, nothing too bullish going on here. Yes, short-term upside is possible in this sub-wave, in this wave Y. which is a corrective wave within a wave B. So that means the wave Y in itself consists of 3 waves, A, B, C. The wave B was a triangle and we broke it, yeah, to the upside here when we made the low at 48 cents. That was the wave E low, which was the wave B, because a wave B in this case consisted of a triangle. A triangle pattern is an Elliott wave triangle, is a 5-wave move, A, B, C, D, E. And we found our low here and are now pushing higher. Is this already something really, really significant? No, not yet. I mean, there is certainly some bullish potential here. Yeah, we broke above this high, we broke above this high, we've retested the high from above, basically the 51 cent level or 50.7 cents. Yeah, manifested that as support, and we're slowly going higher in line with the yellow count here. Based on this count, we would now be in the wave 3. Basically, this was then the 1-2 setup of the wave 3. Target for the wave 3 is around about 59 cents. And then we would see a wave 4 down and a wave 5 up. Yeah. So this is sort of what we're looking at here for the wave B. Now, what is important to understand is that as long as we really haven't broken 56 cents, this could still be something different. But for now, we are following this pattern, yeah, which means short term going higher as long as we are holding this green target area. Okay, why? Because this here is a 1-2 setup, and really only if we break, first of all, that swing low at 50.6 cents, only then we need to think about something different. But as long as we are holding the green area, this wave 2 can move to here. That is why the box has a certain size, because waves can extend and morph, you know. So what this could still very well be, so it could be a 1-2 setup, or just an A, B, C with an overshooting wave B. Yeah, and the wave C could then still come down here lower, all the way down to 49.3 cents. So that means really only below 49.3 cents, I would get a bit of a concern here, or get a bit concerned, because then this scenario is probably not going to work out. Okay, but this at the moment we can push short-term higher. Now, could this be a breakout scenario as well? Could it be really bullish? Yes, it could. Okay, but for me it is too early to confirm that. I want to see the evidence. Now, hopefully you recognize that my view is that we can short-term go higher, especially when we broke above the 50 cent level. That was confirmed. So short-term we can go higher. If then this trend becomes something much more bullish, then we can obviously adjust our strategy. At the moment the trend is up, yeah, short-term, and it could become a long-term uptrend. We don't know that yet. There are wave patterns which would allow for that, but it is just, in my opinion, not very likely. So hopefully that becomes clear as well. We can see this here as a series of 1-2 setups as well, but a series of 1-2 setups is always unlikely. Yeah, if I count this as a bullish breakout, like a 5-wave move, I would have to put in and basically force in several 1-2 setups, and that is, you know, never a good thing to do in my opinion. So then we have here, I think did it before and showed you, but there's different ways of doing it. But we could say that we had a 1 here, we had a 2 here, and we had another 1, had a 2 here, and then I think we said we had another 1-2 setup here, and then here is another 1-2 setup, and now we're in a breakout. But it's just this addition of different 1-2 setups, which would be either super bullish, but it is also very unusual to have so many, or it is not the bullish breakout and it's just here like a WXY, which would eventually come down. So in terms of possible targets for that C wave, let's say when this 5-wave move to the upside is complete, we can look at a possible target of, first of all, the 1-to-1 ratio, that would be the 70 cent level, and the 1.618 extension would be 83 cents. Now, really only if we get above that, I will consider something much more bullish here. But either way, the trend at the moment, short term, is up. And again, this could morph into something bigger. But at the moment, there is just no evidence for that. Yeah, and again, the bottom line is here that the bigger picture of the chart, yeah, the higher level patterns just do not suggest yet that this is a bullish breakout. Yeah, it could be, and we just need a bit of patience. Short term, we're going up anyway, and the trend is your friend until the end. So short term uptrend could morph into a long term uptrend, but we simply don't know that yet. Yeah, I remain skeptical here, especially as long as we stay below the wave A high, so below 56 cents. So let's see how this is going to play out. Important really in the very short term, and this is the key level for me, is to hold that support box here, which goes all the way down to 49.3 cents. Okay, so hopefully you liked the update about XRP. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.